I started to feel very down. I remember my mood being very low, and my motivation to do things that I loved was waning, and it bothered me. I tried to ignore it for a little bit, and then after a while I realised that it was not only unfair on the people around me to ignore it, but it was also unfair on myself. So I then consciously made an effort to go out and try and fix what was going on, but I didn't admit to myself honestly that I had an issue that needed nipping in the bud. And to that end, the journey was very slow to begin with, and so I found myself finishing my career in the military slightly earlier than I wanted to, and because of that I found myself in a slightly deeper hole and was a lot more depressed than if I'd been honest from the beginning. And it was at that point that when I recall all those points, it's really difficult to define the timeline because it was all quite cloudy, but at some point within that sort of murky period, I contemplated suicide. I was stood on top of a cliff thinking that everything was going wrong to the point that there's no point me being here anymore. And I did seriously consider, going down that route. But it was also at the same time that I thought, well, hang on a minute, I either end everything or I actually am honest with myself and make a point of changing certain things that were going on in my life, but also certain ways that I thought about things. And so I walked away from that cliff, and that was the beginning of the change, really, where I had to be a bit more conscious about my emotions and how I was reacting to certain things that were going on around me.